We all need to learn how to say no more often. This life hack of saying no, that's how we create the margin in our life. Because I'll tell you something, too many of us are saying yes to the quote good things, but then we don't have space to do the great things. So watch this video to learn how to get your time back and how to keep from being stretched way too thin. But also be sure to stay to the end so you can learn how to create the movement you were meant to lead. And that's by changing the way that you do business and how people can crave to do business with you. So I know I've been there too many times to count. I don't know if you can relate to this or not, but just staying up late, you're burning that midnight oil, facing the never-ending to-do list, or what some may consider the quote, overwhelm list. I don't know if you know what I mean here, where it's like, I'm crossing one thing off, but two more seem to somehow pop up on it. It's like, what the heck, man? So unless we start understanding how to say no, this is just gonna keep on happening. I mean, again and again and again, it's a broken record. So the first thing to start helping you change your approach is understand this, is that when you say yes to some X thing, this can force you to say no to something better later. Okay? And what the secret I'm trying to reveal to you here is this, is just because it's good doesn't mean you should. Okay? Just because you can doesn't mean you should necessarily make yourself available per se. Sometimes saying no is just not volunteering. You don't even have to necessarily say no. But also, you know, a few great ways to politely say no, because sometimes that's intimidating. I actually learned from this incredible book called Essentialism, The Disciplined Art of Doing Less. It's by Greg McKeown. How he put it was, and I thought this was pretty cool, is like if you have a boss and they come to ask you, like, can you fit this extra thing in? You know, you can always respond with, you know what, I'd love to. What should I deprioritize? Do you see the power in that there? You're saying yes, but you're actually asking them what to take off your plate to do it, right? What should I deprioritize? It really changes the whole conversational landscape at that point. But there's also more ways than that as well. You know, simply stating something to a friend or colleague sometimes, because it's not always work where you have to say no. It's just like, say something like, man, I'd love to do that, but X, you know, but that X thing right now, I don't have the bandwidth available to fit it in. You see, the reasons that we need to say no more often is this. With technology, we've become connected like no other time in history. I mean, emails, texts, chat, etc. Information, it's flowing at us faster than ever. And because of that, you know, so many of us are actually getting overextended and overwhelmed. You know, it can often feel like we're just treading water. You know, you're just trying to stay afloat. But when we get some margin back in time in our lives, we can operate at a place of genius, okay? A place of focus instead of duress. Right? Because what's going to happen? We're going to get better work. More meaningful connections can be achieved in both our personal and our professional lives. You know, what I found that if I schedule more than 6 hours in a day, I know I'm going to fall behind. And what do I mean here by that is that there's always these 2 to 3 hours of unexpected interruptions that happen. There's emails, there's phone calls, emergency needs, tech failures. Can you hear me now? Right? How many times does technology not work? You know, you name it. You know, they happen pretty much to each one of us, each and every day when you actually take note of what's happening. So instead, you place a buffer knowing that they are coming, right? Then you have the margin to quote, do it all. So don't fall victim to burning at both ends. I mean, you're not a candle, right? I mean, you know, we're all part of the human race, but I think sometimes what we forget is we're also human beings. And with that, we need to be in our zone of genius, human beings, right? Be in your zone of genius. So remember to pause before saying yes. You know, just because you should doesn't mean you could, or just because you could doesn't mean you should. You follow me on that? So now, if you'd like to stop chasing customers, put it into that information technology overwhelm, because it's out there, right? And also stop feeling like you don't have enough hours left in the day. You're invited to check out the Movement Formula Challenge. The link to it's actually in the descriptions. It's going to teach you how to change the way you do business and how people crave to do business with you. But also, please be sure to like and follow and subscribe to this channel, you know, and I would really like to look forward to some of the comments you make. You know, what's your thoughts on your tactics of saying no? And how do you go about creating more margin in your life? Because with that, I'm really looking forward to hearing your feedback. And again, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next video.